Where do our priorities lie? I'm Amy from the Lakes, and today we're taking a look at Matthew chapter 6. And Jesus is here giving us all kinds of great things to consider. And some of them are very challenging. So he is talking about, towards the end of the chapter, he starts talking about how we don't have to worry. God provides for the birds of the air and the flowers of the field, and He will take care of us as well. And it's this great illustration of how much God cares for us. And the result of that, Jesus says, is that we don't have to worry. And He then goes on and says this in Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. And all these things are, what shall we wear? What shall we eat? What shall we drink? So that was what he was talking about in the verses before. But he says, but seek first His kingdom and His righteousness. You see, Jesus wants us to prioritize our lives around the kingdom of God, and not our own wants and needs. He's asking us to line up our lives according to God's will and not our own. You see, Christianity is a sacrificial relationship with God. Jesus expects us to give up ourselves and follow Him. He summarizes what it means to live according to the way that Jesus has laid out for us in this. He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your strength, and your mind, and love others as you love yourself. You see, that is actually a very difficult way to live. Jesus isn't simply an addition to our lives. When we follow Jesus, it requires us to radically reprioritize our lives. The beautiful thing about the Gospels is it shows us exactly what God's will is, because Jesus is the exact representation of the Father, and He ushers in His rule and reign on this earth. And so if we have any questions about what God would desire to happen on earth, we can just take a look at the Gospels. Jesus does, however, make a great promise with this challenge. He says, all these things will be given to you as well. Jesus asks us to reprioritize our lives, but He also makes us a promise. When we do that, we can remain confident that we will have what we need in this life.